Please give your audience a spoiler warning. Yeah, right on. Apparently this is one of those games that is best enjoyed when not spoiled. So if you haven't played it and you're planning to, don't watch things about it. This is my first time going through this game. I know almost nothing about it. I know that it was like a Skyrim mod, I think, and it's set in ancient Rome, and there is a time loop mechanic, and that's it. I also know that people liked it. This is supposed to be really good, so I'm like really looking forward to it. I'm so excited. Let's check our settings out first. Toggles on or off receiving helpful whispered hints for some puzzles. This is for players who prefer... I don't want those enabled yet. If things get hard, then we'll change that back. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard for this one, so I don't need the Y-axis inverted. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see how I do with everything as it is now. We should be able to start. The fate of the city is in our hands.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Okay. We'll be pale. I'm pale. It's fine. Oh, what should our name be?
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
This is so cool. Occasional insights. Oh, that sounds so cool. Ooh, this sounds good too. I am generally about sprinting. Ooh, harder to take down. Honestly, this sounds the most interesting to me though. I hope that this pays off. I hope that it is interesting, because that's what I'm gonna go for.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me.
Why would I do that for you?
He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured.
Why don't you
or worse.
come with me, or you do
I would
it?
have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting.
Just go after him anyway.
What I mean
it's
is,
fine.
I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him.
Yeah, I guess.
If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Oh, okay, lady.
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
Everything!
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute.
What is she not telling
Know what
me?
I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you. All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
That's allowed. It's okay to be named Karen. It's fine.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other.
Oh, I thought maybe you two knew each other.
I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
This is so weird. It feels so off.
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
I don't know that you're not an idiot. I don't know you, okay?
Great.
Just
So
wanted to
you're ready
check.
to go look for Al?
All right.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
What? Okay. Cool. The look sensitivity seems to be pretty slow.
The ruins are just beyond those columns. Please, hurry.
Campfire smoke and sweat. Oh, I see. What's in the inventory? A denarius. So I have a coin on me. That looks very old and worn. Cool. Spooky. Cool.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
The squeaky kitty down there. Cool. Well, hang on. Okay. Let's not drown, probably. Is there anything down here? Not that I see. course I don't have my flashlight. Oh, I do. Oh, shit. Who are you? What does that sound? These look really, well preserved. Oh, wow. I don't know what that means. I don't speak ancient Roman. Probably means the same thing. Who are you, right? Looks like she was begging for her life. Military commander attempting to scramble away from something, but why are they all gold? What's going on here? In a state of... Okay, everybody's afraid. We're getting that. We're getting the picture there. I do kind of want to just like jump off. But nah, let's figure out, let's go on the path for now. Wearing modern clothing, this must be Al, but how is that possible? Yeah, what the hell? Stone tablet. What stone tablet?
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did.
Do we know
I
that?
spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
No, let's make the same mistake. Let's do it. I wonder if I can like read that again. So I can read this. What about the inscription? The inscription that was up there with the... Yeah, I want to read that again. I don't remember what that said. Something about, you know, if you're wicked, that you'll be stuck forever. Yeah, I don't... Maybe I'll look it up. Maybe I'll be able to find it somewhere. I don't know that. I won't yet. Professional curiosity. I found Al. We could go back now and tell her that we found Al. Oh, well, we can't. We fell down, like, something really deep. There's no way we could go back up. Yeah, I'm coming. Creepy voice. Don't worry. Why would there be a skeleton, but then also... but then also golden people? Can I take it? No, I have to leave it. Yeah, that's funny. Like there's golden people and then there's a skeleton. Why? Why are there both? Photo mode. Nice. I still have my flashlight. Oh. All right, we're here. What kind of... Yeah, okay. Is F5 quick save? It is. Oh, this mirrors where we came from. Hi.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Proserpina. I've just come from the future. Sure, let's lay it out there.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, not right in the head?
Would I say yes
That's
if I
all right,
was?
friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Thanks, I guess.
But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Sure, okay.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him.
What is the golden
I guess I'll
rule?
let him fill you
What
in.
is it?
So then,
Oh,
you coming?
okay. We'll let him tell us for some reason.
Follow me.
Sure.
When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now.
Oh, I like this.
Only 23
Tap
of us
E,
at the
that's
moment,
it.
if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you.
So pretty.
She's, it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
What did she say? Bloodless. I don't remember.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Yeah,
He's asked me to
Horatius.
escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
How would he know that I'm here?
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way.
Please, please.
When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd
Don't
done
mind
anything
me.
wrong.
I just live here.
One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective.
Decimation, yep.
We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
That would be lovely to get this shit explained. Magistrate Sentius, what's up?
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know
I mean,
your
not
name?
really. You're the magistrate of this weird place, but that's about it.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place.
I've been looking. It's amazing.
A secret city built deep in the mountains, maybe hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin? Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up.
And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
What counts as a sin here? First of all,
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
yeah, legality and morality are definitely two different things. And ideally, your morals will inform your laws, but I mean, everyone has different ideas of what is moral. And that's kind of the problem. It's all so subjective. How can this possibly be so black and white as, you know, if nobody sins, we're fine. You all have one interpretation of what a sin is, but you have no idea what rule you're actually trying to interpret. They don't know. They're just guessing. They could be interpreting the Golden Rule or the inscription or whatever completely wrong. But this is their interpretation, so okay.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about?
Decimation is
The
pretty
Empire
barbaric.
is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers.
How many of these people
We have
actually came from ancient
comprehensive
Rome?
laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes.
And how many
all
of them
across the
were also
Mediterranean and
sent
beyond.
by
From
Proserpina
Gallia
like
to
me from the
Judea.
future?
All our citizens
Any?
are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same?
Honestly, I doubt that's
Starving, they
true,
are given
buddy.
food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Do they have slave ownership in ancient Rome? I don't know.
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed?
Oh, slavery's so
Besides,
much
there
better.
are laws for their protection as well. On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Yeah, see, this is my whole entire point that everything is subjective. Everything. They're interpreting this rule so subjectively.
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities.
Oh, okay
and
then.
The right
That
to
makes
be
it
protected
okay.
by their fathers and husbands. You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that. Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion. Well, right now, you're along long way.
What do you know about where I'm from, though?
I have made my
Anything?
pronouncement
Anything
on
else?
the subject.
What does he
Unfortunately,
know?
there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
This is very interesting, though. This is so intriguing already. This is really cool.
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time.
Let me show you my flashlight.
2,000 years?
Check out this technology.
Unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time.
We consider you barbaric.
See? What had become of us? Of this city?
I doubt I would be much of a liar as the archaeologist type. I'm gonna be a kind of truthful scholar, really in search of the truth, all about that truth.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000
I'll be a terrible
times.
liar, probably.
But it still breaks my heart.
Just like me
to
too,
hear the
in real
truth.
life. I'm also a terrible liar, so that works out. That'll be easy. Alright, how does this ritual work that you did?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina.
Okay.
I stumbled across instructions.
Convenient.
I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me
Wait,
in the future?
I thought you said you already performed the ritual.
I assume that was me.
Oh.
If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need
I
to
thought
use
he
it.
meant he had to perform the ritual in order for me to be here in the first place. Oh, so he's saying he did, if he performed, yeah, okay. I get it.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask.
Time magic.
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions.
Yes, and
You're
they'll
new
trust
here,
me
and
automatically,
it'll
right?
seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better. Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you, I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
Everybody's a suspect, buddy.
I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen. Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda.
That being?
Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
What do they want?
If I understand Prosperna's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
I mean, yeah, but no, never. Never. Oh my god. Sure, why not? These questions will be available later. I'm very curious to see how this time loop
So,
business is gonna
are you
work.
with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
What if it's me?
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it will win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
What if I like walked up to somebody and punched them? Or beat them with my flashlight? What's down here? Oh, this is where I came from. Who are you?
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing god who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent god would let my sister go missing on his or her watch? Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought. I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving.
You're the magistrate's daughter, okay.
I suppose we will. Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Sentia. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
So the magistrate has another daughter that is missing? And that wasn't a priority for him?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies? That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her. So he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done. It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it. I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me. Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans. I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
Her name is Sentia.
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Sentilla.
My name is Anna. Would my father's name have been, Anus? Teehee.
I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance. Oh, you're awful.
Oh,
Get out of my villa and
that didn't work.
never speak to me again.
I'm gonna guess that we'll have another opportunity to start over with her though at some point. And there are still a bunch of golden statues in here, so like, are these from you know? Oh my God, I have questions still. I have questions. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Well, not that. Yep. Looks cool, looks cool. So you can't, like, what if I wanted to look inside? I mean, I'm not saying that this definitely opens, but maybe there are some objects. I don't know. I don't yet know how this game is gonna really work. When I might find something that I really truly need to inspect. Aries. Neat. I like this art. All these little silhouettes. Oh no, we're not gonna steal. Not yet, not yet. I am guessing that doing something like that will in fact reset the cycle, but I don't know for sure, and I want to keep looking around. We got fun history facts. I love it. Yeah, not problematic at all. Okay. Another mirror. So, I don't know, looking at all this stuff. What's the point? There's a whole bunch of things to look at so that when there's eventually one important thing to look at, you know, you're not going to find it because you're not going to be inspecting every little thing. That'll take forever. Oh no, I don't want to talk to you.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation? I've had plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the golden rule, but human failings. The temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question. Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Those birds are very loud. Ooh, who are you, push-up person? Push-up guy.
What were you two talking about?
What?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little
Why is it
chat
shady?
with old man Sentius up on his balcony.
Why would that
If
be
he's making
shady?
a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, he's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Right. Dick. Same shit. Same shit, different smell. Malleolus. Malleolus.
What now?
Hi.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
What? What did he say?
What now? All right?
I want to get to this quest
Keeping an eye
marker.
on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Sentia, Fabia, or Kabash?
No sign of any of them, I'm afraid. But we do have a
Oh, right,
strangely dressed woman. Pretty though.
that first guy said something about people missing. I forget exactly what he said, though. Maybe we'll hear it again. Why did they dress this one? That's so funny. This one's clothes aren't gold. Everybody else's clothes are gold too. So what, this guy turned gold when naked? So they put clothes on him after the fact or something? I kind of love just running into doors. That's fun. Hello.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Desius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it.
There are regulations about
Then
this kind of
that
thing?
coach
Market
shrugs and
prices?
says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die.
So
I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again.
How do you know
I don't care
that?
how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
What makes it not evil to deny somebody medicine that they need to live if it's just medicine? And that's not breaking the golden rule.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Oh my god, this is so interesting. I am absolutely loving this. This is my kind of game. I'm loving this. I'm so happy that I'm playing this. This is awesome.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Well, then I shall take it. I will take a loaf of bread. Why not? Cool.
How'd you do? Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Desius. Terrible shame what happened to Julia, but we just have to carry on, don't we? You mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
What anyone would have done.
Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. Naturally, I dived in after it, hoping to salvage my fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black.
That.
When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here with nothing in the world but a single silver coin. Thank you, friend. But it turns out it might have been a stroke of good fortune, because this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here. I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking. It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
Can I get resin from you after that?
Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet. Thank you, friend. Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us? Certainly. Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii. That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years? Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
I'm not going to antagonize him yet.
Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget? Very well. Another time.
Steal the Sylphium. That's an option? You know, I really do kind of want to, like, see what happens, but he's standing, like, right there. If I could steal it without him watching me, I would. I'm curious. But he's, like, standing right fucking there. Yeah, that noise. I don't know if it'll be too quiet in the recording, but you can hear a soft noise like metal on metal, like a scraping sound. It's the same noise we could hear in that like bathhouse or whatever with the water. Things to buy once I've escaped. Villa on the Aventine, 2-horse chariot, seat on the Senate, 4-horse chariot, villa on the Bay of Naples, 10-horse chariot, 12 slave girls, pale and plump. Gross. Minerva. Strategy. Sentia had Ares, the god of war. There's a lot going on. I want to meet everybody and I want to talk to everyone.
Salve, Duli. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
I hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Duli.
My mother told me, when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but...
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
Something like that, but...
If I die and go to Tartarus because they say I've been bad?
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Duli. I promise.
Thank you, Galerius. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you again soon, alright?
Alright, Galerius. See you then.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind? Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it.
Does it end with you washing up on a riverbank with 1 coin?
I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and 2 little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. I sprinted so fast I almost threw up, but by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young, and it was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. I'd never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place, and I started my life over again. That's what I thought too, for a while. But it seems the gods aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grasping hands of the Romans. Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began. But don't you worry.
With no family.
Nemesis is waiting, and he'll get his one day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes.
I like this. Ooh, I like that you have this opportunity to lie and like really, it makes it clear to you, the player, exactly what you're saying. What your intentions. I like that.
Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you.
I like those options.
Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good and just get on with it, you know? Well, as much as I'd love to get out of here, the harvest's always more fruitful in another man's field, isn't it? But Scintilla, Sentius' daughter, went missing a few weeks back. Could be she found a way out. If anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me.
Yeah, me either at this point. I pissed her off.
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life. All right, see you around.
Hello?
Hi.
My name's Duli. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up. I don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was looking for treasure. Yes, but I wasn't. I was just looking. They said I did it more than once, but I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy. Yes. They said I have to live here now. and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
Of course, if it's my language. I'm writing to you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with an alleged lost treasure. While I am sympathetic to your plight and the passing of your guardian Hannibal some weeks ago, I wish to impress upon you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you simply misremembered. More importantly, since you have on several occasions been caught trespassing, including around the cisterns, which are strictly off limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that you are a liability to this community and must have your freedom limited lest you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you to remember why you are incarcerated should you experience further lapses in memory. There's so many things wrong with what is happening here. There are so many things wrong with this letter. The fact that he can't read, the fact that he's using all these big words that, obviously this guy, won't understand. He can't even say the word liability. And the whole, oh my gosh, everything about this is fucked up.
What does it say? My treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns, but when I went up to the high one, they put me in here.
Don't you just
now
love
nobody
springtime?
looks after me, except my friend Galerius and
I walked past her, I think. I didn't get her name yet.
Priestess lady. She's a nice lady. Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot. Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what.
I mean, whatever.
Like Galerius? He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate, he can get me out of here, and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious. Bye-bye.
There can't even count how many things are wrong with, the situation here.
Have we met before? You're going to let me out of here? Really? Galerius already tried that. What about the rules? Like, if you Hannibal said... Bye-bye.
Oh, I did want to keep talking to him. Sorry, dude. Hey, talk to me.
Hello. Gold? You mean... treasure? My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he gave me... All I remember is now nobody Bye-bye.
Are you the priestess?
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality.
I'm not about due formality, okay, lady?
Story?
Don't got time for that.
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly.
Okay, let's say I did all that.
I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
What's your story? Yeah.
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here? Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you. Older. I see.
What?
I wonder if... No. I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
I have already. You won't tell me where you came from, though.
I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
Was that the old lady that was, like, standing by a fire that we saw earlier?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you? Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
Ooh, this is what I want to do.
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Well, what else about you, though?
Ave again. Did you... I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
I would, actually. I love this.
Wonderful. It goes like this. Baucis and Philemon were an old married couple living a humble life in a small town. One night, the town gets a visit from a couple of vagrants. They go from door to door, asking for a place to stay the night. Of course, being vagrants, they're turned away sharply from house after house, 1,000 in all, until finally they come to the little cottage where Baucis and Philemon live. Now the kind old couple had very little to offer, but nevertheless, they invite these strangers into their house and offer them food, wine, and a place to stay. Immediately the guests make themselves at home. They begin gulping down the old couple's wine, so much so that Baucis, the old lady, begins to worry they're going to run out. And then she notices something strange. Her wine pitcher keeps refilling itself, as if by magic. Realizing only a select few possess such powers, says to her husband, Philemon, "I think these men are gods in disguise." Immediately the couple begins apologizing for offering such coarse wine, and the vagrants metamorphosize and reveal themselves to be Jupiter, the king of the gods, and Mercury, the trickster god. They confide they didn't mind the meager offerings. They were just pleased that someone in the town offered them hospitality. Then Jupiter says to them, "You have passed our test, but everyone else in this city failed, so we are going to destroy this place and everyone in it, except you, who we will grant a wish." So old Baucis and Philemon escape up into the mountains safely, and they receive their wish, which is for eternity together. Meanwhile, Jupiter carries through with his threat and wipes that city off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves. A cynic philosopher might take that view, but it's not entirely invalid, I suppose. I don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course. That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent, but if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election. By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward.
I've been told I'm pretty.
Certainly.
Can we start the election now?
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Does time just move steadily? Like at one point, will it be like, 6 p.m. or whatever, and the election will begin? Oh man, this is so awesome. I have several things that I want to try. Like I want to try stealing.
Help! You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths, a real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule. Fabia, but now's not the time. Are you going to help or not? Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere.
Maybe this will kill me.
Find me in this empty shrine when it's over. What? We don't have time for this. I have to go.
What? Oh no.
The shrine is collapsing.
Oh, that was supposed to happen. I that I had glitched. I wonder if that line of dialogue... Why that line of dialogue? Because, okay, now I know that that's going to happen next time I see her in the time loop, right?
Fabia, no!
I'll be able to warn her.
Oh God, she's dead! Did anyone see that? The whole shrine just collapsed on her! Oh Fabia, why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet girl!
Okay, but...
I can't believe she is dead. Fabia, I mean. She walked into that empty shrine, and
Yeah,
the next
I know who
moment
you
she's
mean.
lying dead under a pile of rubble.
It just happened. I was right here.
She was like a daughter to me. I'm sorry, friend. It's not right for me to lay my burden upon you.
You know what? Whatever. I'm curious as to what she was talking about. There's somebody in the baths with a weapon? Where the hell are the baths from here? Hi.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus,
Haven't met him.
otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is? I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest.
Sure, that's fine. I wasn't lying.
Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place? A small community. Ha! I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult.
Alright, I know how it sounds. I know how it sounds.
Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to
Isn't
me.
Bacchus a Roman god?
Always sneaking off to your
I don't know.
secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras.
Dude, look.
The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quinctius did, those days are numbered. You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths?
Look, I
to
just
keep
got
this a
here.
secret? So you admit you're not allowed to leave. Threatening me is not going to help you, but in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
Is this...
You've clearly been indoctrinated into
Probably
this
doesn't even
nonsense.
matter what I say.
Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
You lot
Apparently I'm gonna
practicing
tell you.
Human sacrifice too. You people disgust
You're very good at listening, aren't you?
Yes, yes, because I'm the real
You're
villain.
stuck here now with the rest
It's
of
all
us.
clear to me now. The
You're one of
secret
us now.
sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice.
Yeah, of course.
You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quinctius is.
Unfortunately, I've not met that guy.
Very well. Here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur. The Emperor says he and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burnt half of Rome to the ground and killed thousands in the process. Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? Were you there? Do you have spies and scouts all over Rome like he does? No, you do not. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me where he is or not? Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words?
Jesus Christ, you're an idiot. He's looking for cultists. Don't say that. That's right. If you fire the arrow, everyone in here is going to die. I don't think any of these will matter. I really don't. I do want to say this, kind of, sort of.
Well, I'd say that's rather convenient, since I was planning to kill you all anyway.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh, wow. Wait. Whoa, so... What is this? What is happening? I have like a certain amount of time to get back to the portal for some reason. Why? I don't understand. But why do you have to get back in like a certain amount of time? What happens if you don't? What happens if they shoot you? Or maybe they can't actually shoot you. Well, that was interesting. I guess I better find out who that guy is. Wow, this is amazing. This is so good. I have to take a break. I have to take a break and come back to this. I am like so intrigued by this. This is so cool. Oh my gosh.